The buses are going to be really the carriers of the COVID during this return to school.
School bus drivers have concerns about how the new school year will work. They say the Quebec government isn't taking into account the health of the 10,000 bus drivers in the province who bus nearly 575,000 kids.
Our age average is close to 60 years old, so we're part of the people who are most at risk.
Under Quebec's new rules, students as of grade 5 must wear a mask on the bus. Buses must be disinfected and hand sanitizer available. There can't be more than 2 students on a bench unless they're from the same family, and a maximum of 48 kids are allowed on a bus if there's a plastic barrier to protect the driver. Otherwise, it's 44. Those barriers are not mandatory.
We want it to be an obligation for the transporters. So that they really protect the bus drivers. Considering our age, it should be normal.
The union says if that rule isn't changed, they expect not all drivers will go back.
There's going to be a lot of bus drivers missing at the startup.
The English Montreal School Board and the Eastern Township School Board say they have worked around the rules and most families who need transport will have access.
Safety measures are in place, and we're doing our absolute best to make it as safe as possible for their children. If the children wash their hands, wear their masks.
Naturally, we're encouraging parents who can to drive their kids to school and not put them on the bus, but we will have things under control.
This parent says his children, part of the Commission Scolaire de Montréal, will not have access to transport.
The school bus services will be limited, and that's going to be a challenge for me to find time to take them to their school.
The Eastern Township School Board reopened schools in May and say they didn't have COVID-19 cases on buses, but they only had a few kids on board, which won't be the case this fall.
I think it can be done safely, but there certainly will be cases for sure that are going to happen.
Documentation sent to us by the Education Ministry says while the plastic dividers aren't mandatory, PPE must be provided for drivers if barriers aren't. They also encourage children of all ages to wear a mask on the bus and sit at the same place. And if parents can, drive kids to school.
I know if it were me, that's what I would do. I would get my kids myself to school. I wouldn't put them in a bus right now. It won't be safe enough.
In Montreal, Tina Teneriello, City News.